everyone, and welcome to our full moon yoga and oils practice. Today we are going to start with our anointing practice. So I have my oils here, and these are the same 6 oils we've been using for the new moon. And I'm going to go through them a little quickly. But I do encourage you to watch the new moon ritual again if you want to really sink into the anointing practice. So you can begin with the celery seed. And celery seed we're using specifically to plant a seed right now. And this is the oil of detoxification. So we're really cleansing and making sure that this seed that we're planting is pure and clean. And so you might just want to inhale it out of the bottle, or if you're working with any other kind of seed, maybe coriander or caraway. You also might like to take a drop under your tongue. And then just sit with that for a moment. And as we begin, just allow this seed to really sink into the soil of your whole body. Just maybe open your eyes and look all around you and notice your surroundings. Maybe touch the earth. Notice your 10 toes connected to the earth, or your sit bones, or your legs. And we don't have to have any great intention with this seed right now, but just know that on this full moon, in this practice right now, we're honoring this seed that we planted on our new moon. And whatever full expression it's now bringing into our lives. This is also a lunar eclipse. So we're really being asked to look at all aspects of the seed, the dark, the light, the heavy, the light, the beginning, the ending, the opening, the closing. And when you're ready, let's get our vetiver. Vetiver is one of my most favorite oils. Can often be very dense in its consistency. So you might want to warm it up by just rolling it between your hands. And then when you're ready, you can take a drop and just place it directly onto the arches of the foot. And I do encourage you to always come to your practice clean. And specifically doing this ritual, a clean body. I've just oiled my whole body as well. So there's a base coat of oil all over my body. So these essential oils now are coming onto my skin, and they're really easy to rub all over. So I'm rubbing the vetiver all the way from the heel, all the way up the arch of the foot, all the way up the sides of the big toe into the top of the big toe, going all the way around that and go in between the toes. And take your time here. We're going to go nice and slow. So take your time and go through each toe. Blessing your feet in their wholeness. Noticing how all of the joints and the bones are connected, the tendons. Maybe rubbing your finger in circles around the joints. And then moving your fingers in long lines along the tendons and the muscles, allowing your fingers to massage the fascia. We just want to allow our attention to really come to every point. My friend said to me last night that our attention in the present moment is the greatest act of gratitude that we can offer. I just loved her reminder of that. Last full moon, I offered a grief ritual and the importance of allowing our grief to move through us and coming to focus on gratitude as an actual practice to develop has been something that has come in very, very strongly. When you're ready, let's move on to the cedar wood. And let's take a couple drops, just putting them on our fingertips, and then rubbing the fingers together. Let's bring them to the low back. And just allowing the fingers to find whatever place on the low back really wants your attention. It could be the kidneys or the adrenals, slightly more in the front. If you want to bring the hands around underneath the ribs a little, even bringing the hands ultimately over the low belly as well as the low back. Just allowing the oil of community here to really nourish our second chakra and this whole womb space, where our creative center here can really be held in a container of safe community. Allowing the community of your own cells, your own organs, to be acknowledged, and how all the relationships between them are a community, working in harmony to support you in all the ways you know about and all the ways you don't know about. And when you're ready, let's get the Copaiba. And here, let's again just take a few drops into the fingertips, and let's anoint the heart. And allow your fingers here again to just spread the oil all around. And I highly suggest you do this naked after a shower, and really allow your hands to caress your whole breast, coming into all the connective tissues surrounding the lungs, and trying to come into the back of the heart space and the back of the lungs here as well. Placing Copaiba here as we anoint the heart and acknowledging the heart. So perhaps allowing your fingers just to come rest somewhere for just a moment when you feel ready to just simply acknowledge this point. Maybe you know it as the Hridaya. The Hridaya representing the spark of life, the seed of life that was created by your mother and father. Really connecting heaven and earth, above and below, front and back, all of the opposites here. This is where all these opposites come from and return to. Copaiba helping to connect all of this here at our center. And when you're ready, let's please get the clary sage. And notice, please, I'm not anointing all the chakras going up. You could do that. But I'm specifically, I've focused on our roots, our womb, our heart, and now our third eye. And allowing clary sage here to just be caressed very gently over the forehead, over the center of the eyebrows. Just allowing the wisdom and insights of clary sage, which is all about vision, to allow our mind's eye here to receive the visions that come from your heart, to be given insight, letting go of any worry, any anxiety that you are not enough or that you have to figure it out. Don't worry about holding on to something or trying too hard. Just allow one finger to come to rest right there at the center of the forehead. And perhaps just allowing now for your head to lower towards your heart. If you'd like to remove the finger, you can, but perhaps just stay for another moment and maybe still sense your finger touching the center of the forehead. And when you're ready, just moving on to our last oil, which I had recommended originally wild orange, but then I ran out of wild orange, and so I'm using clementine. And if you have any sort of citrus oil, let's just take one drop in the palm of our hands, rub our hands together, and let's just take a few more deep breaths here, inhaling whatever citrus oil you're using, allowing the uplifting happiness, the lightness, the pure joy Just allowing your whole body to receive that, and maybe just cleansing your whole space around you. Just waving your hands whatever way you like. Try not to spill your drinks if they're near you. Just surrounding yourself, though, in this citrus-filled bubble, which is so childlike. So you can also allow your hands to just come through your hair if you have long hair. I love doing this, just putting a little citrus oil through the tips. Be a walking diffuser for everywhere you go. Spread that sort of joy. So now, let's go practice. So, I want us to begin today with just this very simple, often underrated pose of just Tadasana. Let's just for a moment, just purely allow ourselves to stand here, finding a point straight ahead of us to focus on, feeling each of the toes, the whole pad of the toe connected with the earth, feeling the heel of the foot, the outer edge, part of the arch, and then allowing the whole foot to find its platform so that the knees can still be soft. All the ankle joints, toe joints, hip joints, finger joints, elbows, shoulders, jaw. If you need to shake a bit, keep shaking. And when you're ready, though, try to find some stillness here. Feeling the strength of the legs, fully connected to the earth. And noticing your breath. Noticing the rise and the fall of the chest as you inhale, allowing the upper lungs to expand and then the belly. As you exhale, drawing up from the feet, allowing the pelvic floor to lift, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Take a few breaths like this. Allow the weight to be slightly more in the front of the foot than the heel. One more. Good. And when you're ready with an inhale, please just let the arms lift overhead. Look up at the hands. And exhale and let the hands float down, gazing down at the feet. And just continue. Inhale, then the arms move. Let the fingertips softly touch if that's comfortable. Begin the exhale, and then let the arms float down, still exhaling when the hands come all the way to the bottom. Keep going, just a couple more with your own rhythm, allowing the breath to begin and end the movement, moving as quickly as you need to or as slowly as you like. Just noticing how your breath is right now in this moment. And when you're ready, with an exhale, bend the knees and just softly come all the way forward. Tuck the chin a little, stretch the back of the neck, soften the knees. And inhale, let the arms bring you back up. Hands together, arching the back, lifting the heart. And just continue. Do about 3 or 4 more at your own pace. If you don't quite come all the way to the ground, don't worry about it. If you only come halfway, let the hands just come to the knees. This is perfectly fine. Come to where it feels good for you. There's no right or wrong way. Just allowing your whole body to be moved by the breath. And when you're ready, staying down in the forward fold. With each inhale, let the spine lengthen as you gaze forward, and exhaling and just softening down, allowing the knees to bend a little more, and maybe allowing the pause after the exhale to be a little longer. Take one more. And with an inhale, let the arms bring you all the way back up. Exhale, let the hands come to acknowledge the center, the hridaya, your heart. And just take a moment, perhaps close the eyes if that's comfortable, and just allow the base of the thumbs to acknowledge that seed where your inhale from above and your exhale from below come together. And when you're ready, inhale the arms all the way up. Let's arch the back a little, and exhale, come all the way forward. And when all the air is out, please step back with the right foot. And let's just come into a warrior one. So let's let the back foot connect with the floor, and inhaling, coming up, making sure that the legs are hip distance apart. And please just exhale, let the arms come to halfway, and let's lean forward just halfway, letting the arms come behind you. And inhale and bring them in front of you, looking up at the sky. Hands can be together or not. And exhale them out to the side, leaning forward, bring them behind you. Inhaling the arms forward and up, gazing up at the sky. Exhaling, arms out to the side, leaning halfway forward, arms behind. So keep going. We're just making circles here with the arms. Exhaling to fold forward. And inhaling, letting the breath bring you up. There are so many ways you can do this. Find a version that is working and for you that feels the best. And just building a little heat in the body, but nothing excessive. Go slow. Take one more. Inhaling when you're ready to come up. And then exhaling to fold, and this time coming all the way down to the ground in the forward folds. And just staying here for a few breaths, letting the hands connect with the earth. Inhaling to look forward and exhaling to fold. Noticing that there's always some movement. Do the work in the belly here. On the exhale, really drawing the tummy in and up. Staying in the pause after the exhale if that's appropriate. And with your next inhale, bring the arms in a circle all the way up, hands overhead. And just exhale and step the feet together. Do the other side. Inhaling, the arms all the way up. Exhale, all the way down. Step the other foot back. Set yourself up for warrior one. Inhale, come all the way up. So warrior one, please make sure the hips or the feet are hip width apart, fully connected to the earth here. And exhaling to fold forward, hands behind you, go slow. Just coming halfway. Inhaling the arms in front of you, opening up the front of the body, and exhaling, allowing your whole heart and head and belly to bow down to the earth. Feel both feet connected, all 10 toes active. Allow the chin to tuck as you're coming forward to stretch the whole back of the body from the top of the crown to the outer edge of the back foot. You're stirring up this energy that's around you in a very slow and steady way. Lifting from the ashes, your heart to the sky. Exhaling and releasing that which no longer serves you to be planted in the soil. Do one more. And when you're ready, exhaling to fold this time and to come all the way down to the earth. Letting your hands connect with the ground. Tucking the chin to stretch the back of the neck. Gazing forward as you inhale. Do the work in the belly here. Lifting the base of the body into the fire. Take one more breath here. And with your next inhale, come all the way up. And exhale and step the feet together, bringing the hands to the heart. Good, and when you're ready, let's take the feet hip width distance. Hands at the heart. And when you're ready, the head can stay lowered here to the heart at the center. And with an inhale, just allowing the arms to open to shoulder height. Exhaling, twist to one side and do this very slowly. Maybe you've done this a million times, but go so slow as you exhale and come down, and don't go as far as you normally would. Inhale, coming up, acknowledging the center, beginning the exhale, and then moving to the other side. And just going so slowly. Even if you can go all the way down, don't yet. Try to see if over the next 10 breaths, you can just inch your way a little bit more. Allowing the breath to begin and end. So still exhaling when you come down. Soften the knee that you're twisted towards. Keep both feet fully connected to the earth. All your joints are soft. The whole body is active and engaged. Your whole body is breathing you into these twists. As you exhale and you're drawing up from the earth and the belly comes in towards the spine, the muscles are twisting you around. There's no forcing. Be spontaneous here too. Stretch your legs, move your hips, move your arms in whatever ways your body is really calling you to. This can get really fun and playful here, like a dancer even. When you're ready, stay on one side. This top hand can either stay connected with the sky, or feel free to wrap it around the back of the body. And with each inhale, gazing down at the ground. And with each exhale, letting the twist come from the base of the body, drawing the belly in and up, looking up at the sky. Take a couple more breaths here. Notice how your breath is entering and exiting your body. Is it smooth and steady? If it's not, back off. Rest if you need to. When you're ready, inhaling to come back up to center and exhaling to the other side. Same thing. Find your movement here where your body is only being moved by your breath in ways that feel good. Take one more here. When you're ready, inhaling, coming all the way back up to center, acknowledging the center, and then just exhaling the hands to the heart. Good, and then let's step the feet together. When you're ready, and please do take your time, connect your feet to the earth, just like we did at the beginning. We're not rushing here. Take a whole breath. Check in with your feet and your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your ears. And when you're ready, inhale. Arms come all the way up. Exhaling, folding all the way down to the ground. When all the air is out, please step back into down dog. And inhale, bringing the knees to the ground, lifting the chest, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the spine. We're going to take a few here, just moving. Coming into this first rounded down dog, gentle and slow. Very carefully feeling how the exhale begins from the base of the body, drawing the belly in and up, then lifting the knees, allowing the heart to move back towards the thighs, the fingers press away, the whole hand, the whole foot connected to the ground. Keep going, allowing the inhale to return you to the earth, lifting the head and the heart. The eyes can close if that's comfortable. This time as you exhale, please exhale completely by rounding the spine. And in the pause after exhale, lift the knees and push the heart back towards the thighs. Inhale when you're ready. back to the knees, lift the head and heart, and just continue. If this is too much, keep moving. Otherwise, exhale completely and push back to down dog in the pause after the exhale. Please do what is appropriate for you. If your breath is stressed at all, just rest. Come into child's pose if you need to. If you want to keep going, please take a few more like this. Make this your last one, and then let's stay in down dog for several breaths. So move around however you might need to. Feel like you could hang out here for a while. Don't give away though through any part of the body. Keep the whole body active and engaged. Simply by allowing yourself to stay focused on the sound of the breath. These principles, the inhale from above as receptivity, the exhale from below as strength, can you maybe tuck the chin just a little and feel the line between the hands, the head, and the hips. All one strong, not necessarily straight, but active line. Feeling your hips be at the top of your mountain, your tailbone reaching high, your knees still soft, your thighs active, your arches lifted. Come down if you're ready, or stay for just another breath or two. Maybe in the pause after the exhale, drawing up on the pelvic floor, engaging the belly. And when you're ready, inhale, coming back to the knees, lifting the head and the heart. Exhaling, sitting back on the heels, coming into child's pose. And maybe just letting the hands come back towards the feet, coming into your little seed. And if your head doesn't quite touch the floor, you can make fists. Let your head rest on your stacked fists. Just resting here. Being in the dark. Feeling the round wholeness that you are contained within and without.
Practice here, truly giving over with every single cell of your body. Can you maybe imagine visualizing every single cell of your being is perfectly whole, spherical, completely filled with light? And anything that is not that, feeling that being released and given over to the earth. Anything that no longer serves you, giving it over. And then when you're ready, let's please come to inhale, and let's stand on the knees, please. We're going to do our little Cobra sequence that maybe you're familiar with. And I love this so much for generating heat in a gentle way. So inhaling, stand on the knees, and exhale, coming back into child's pose. Inhale, bringing the heart through the hands, belly to the ground. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders in Cobra here. Exhale, come into full contact with the earth. Inhale, lift up, raise the feet, bring the arms out in front of the face. This is quite strong. Exhale, come all the way back to child's pose. And inhale, stand on the knees. So there's lots of variations here. I'm going with quite a strong one. Yours can be much more gentle. Exhale, coming forward, bowing down. Inhale, sliding the heart through the hands, belly to the ground. Make this as strong or gentle as you'd like. Exhale, coming back to the earth, connecting the head, feeling the belly still lift off the ground. Inhale, find your version. Maybe the arms come behind you as you lift, maybe just the head or the neck in a simple cobra again. Exhale, come back to child's pose. Inhale, stand on the knees. Exhale, coming back to child's pose. Inhale, coming through to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale to your version, cobra, full locust, or anything in between. Inhale, stand on the knees. Let's do one more. One breath, one movement. Don't rush it. Inhales, arch the back, extending the limbs away from the body. Exhales, contracting, releasing, and bringing the limbs back towards the torso. Let's finish by inhaling, standing on the knees. And exhaling the hands just into this receptive mudra here, just allowing ourselves to stay in this posture for a moment or two. This is such a beautiful gesture of both receiving and giving. Just noticing what's alive in your breath, in your whole body. And when you're ready, let's just come onto our backs. Let's just bring our knees into the chest. I'm recording a video. Hi, William. Say hello to everyone. Thanks, darling. So let's just rest here. Always wonderful, unexpected pleasures of life. Just notice what is happening with your whole body. At any point coming into this posture here, I highly encourage it. We've been talking about it more and more over this last year, but the power of lying down cannot be underrated. So please, coming to rest like this often. Even noticing where the back of the head connects with the earth. So again, remembering the seed that you are planting, the seed you are. Whatever seeds of this full moon you're celebrating. And just again, remembering that this is enough right now. So when you're ready, let's just inhale the arms over the head. Taking a deep breath, just stretching the arms up, opening the front of the body as much as you like, and exhaling the hands back to the knees, hugging yourself a little tighter. And when you're ready, adding the legs in as you inhale and exhaling, and bring everything back together in your seed. Inhaling, extending as full as you possibly can in all directions, and exhaling and making yourself as small as you possibly can, maybe even lifting the head. And just continue with this. Find your own version. Exhaling to return. Inhaling to expand out as far and as big as you possibly can. Just know that you control this power. You control this power of how your energy is directed outward and how it's contained inward, inwardly. Going so mindfully here. Each breath, the inhale begins and it comes down, and it's what lifts our arms and shoots our legs out from our torso center. And our exhale draws those back together effortlessly, pushing the air up and out. Do just a couple more. I'd like for you to please keep the breath out after the exhale now for as long as you can. And when the inhale comes, don't let it be gasping. That's when you know you've held it for too long. But just continue. Hold the breath out as long as you can. And then let it return and extend the whole body. When you inhale, please allow the whole body to feel soft and relaxed as it receives. And as you exhale, draw the whole body into this contracted place. Even the toes can contract, the pelvic floor lifts, the whole abdomen is engaged. Do a couple more. Holding the breath out. And then just inhale and let the whole body just rest. Let the breath do nothing. Just notice how the whole body feels. Maybe even just spread out. Coming into Shavasana. We're not actually going to rest just yet, but almost. But just feel the whole body taking up space now. Feel the whole body, the fingers, toes, the back of the head, the backs of the legs and the arms, the buttocks, the shoulders, and the whole line where it connects with the earth. And when you're ready, let's just hug the knees back into the chest. And we're just going to come into a little bridge. So with an inhale, would you please let the arms come over the head, feet to the ground, and lift the hips up towards the sky. And exhale, roll the vertebra down one at a time. Go so slowly. And just leave the knees there for now, and then bring them in after the breath is complete. So hugging the knees in and the pause after the exhale. So inhaling, feet to the ground, lifting the hips, lifting the heart. Exhaling, rolling down one vertebra at a time. The whole breath releases. And then the belly lifts the knees into the chest and the paws after the exhale. So keep going. Maybe you want to move a little more quickly. Maybe the breath needs to be a little more relaxed. That's totally fine. What's important is that this is your practice, and that in your practice, you feel as good as you possibly can, and that your breath is never stressed beyond its capability. And what it's capable of in this moment is different what it's capable of in the next moment. And what I'm capable of and what you're capable of are always going to be different. And that's the beautiful thing of life. So find your rhythm. And know right where your edges are, so that you can walk right up to that full capacity of what you are capable of, and not push yourself beyond that right now. Make this your last one. And then just rest again with the knees at the chest for a moment. Good. And when you're ready, just roll to one side and gently push yourself back up to sitting. And let's come to sitting. And we're going to just do a seated twist. So if the knees can stack on top of each other, this is great. If they want to come more parallel stacking, this is fine too. If none of those work, and if you want to sit on something, that's totally fine. Or you can even have one leg extended, okay? So take your version of a twist, and whichever leg is on top, let's inhale the opposite arm up and exhale. And let's just gaze over that opposite shoulder, coming into a gentle twist, letting that hand behind us just come to wherever it will touch without pulling us around. And then inhale. And let's actually let the head come all the way to the front again. And exhale. Let the twist come from the base of the body, coming up the spine, looking over the back shoulder with the eyes, gazing around, pausing in the moment after the exhale, and then letting the inhale begin, and letting the breath untwist you. Maybe the back hands relaxes and even comes to the side again. So noticing the movement, please, exhaling to twist. Keeping both sit bones connected to the earth. Let the head bow to the heart or look up if it wants to. And with your next inhale, just completely untwist, coming back to center. And exhale and just change your legs. Now inhaling the other arm up and exhaling to wrap it around. The exhale is what is twisting from below, and then the arms are just centering us there. Inhaling, letting the twist soften and untwist as you come back to center slightly. And each exhale taking you a little more deeply around. Can you notice what muscles are actively twisting you from the base of your body? Take one more breath here. And with an inhale, untwist and come back to center. And let's just exhale and unlock our knees and maybe give ourselves a little hug here. So let's be a little playful. And one of the things that I challenge you to do during this next lunar cycle, this full moon lunar cycle, with your childlike intention perhaps, is to really focus on the things that bring joy and actively try to cultivate more time and energy and words talking about and doing those things and thinking about those things. So let's do one last forward fold here, inhaling the arms up over our head. Let's just exhale and allow ourselves to come into a forward fold. The knees can be as bent as you'd like. And if you want a really restorative posture here, you can even put a bolster underneath the knees. But keep going here, inhaling, letting the arms come up as the breath lifts you back up, and exhaling from the base to fold, letting the hands just touch the legs wherever feels comfortable. Letting the base of the body be lifted. And again, in the pause after the exhale, maybe just stay another moment or two in that silence. And when you're ready, and the inhale just naturally comes again, just receive it, let it bring you up. And exhale to fold. This time, when you come down, if you'd like to stay in the forward fold, Just let the index finger wrap around the big toe if it touches. Let the elbows relax. Maybe tuck the chin just a little. Those of you that want to continue with something strong, I invite you to allow yourself to come halfway up instead of folding all the way forward here. And in this position with the spine completely straight, let the head lower towards the heart. And allow for the pause after exhale to become a little longer. And in that pause after the exhale, lift Mula Bandha and then perhaps Uddiyana Bandha. Stay here for a few breaths. The inhale always allows the bandhas to be naturally released, except Jalandhara at the throat. Just stay for a few breaths, engaging all three bandhas if that's appropriate for you. And perhaps when you're finished after an exhale, just bow down again into Paschimottanasana. Take a couple more breaths here that are a little more relaxed. And with an inhale, let the arms bring you back up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. And when you're ready now, just gently making your way onto your back. Come into Shavasana now, and maybe take any more movements on your back that your body would appreciate. And coming into full stillness, allowing yourself to truly take up space here. Remembering that there is more space in the universe than anything else. That is a fact. So take up space. Embody your full being. And for the next few minutes, just allow your whole body to relax more and more into the earth. Noticing all the points of contact where your body is literally connected to the earth. And with each breath now, allowing yourself to give over a little bit more. To notice how the more you allow yourself to give over, the more you feel supported. When you're ready, start to move your fingers and toes. And gently just rolling onto one side. And coming back to sitting when you're ready and just taking your time as you move through these transitions. Keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable, or just opening them enough to get situated, and then coming back to this place of rest. Just sitting and resting now. Today being the lunar eclipse is an especially potent time to just be aware of all the feelings and visions and ideas and all of the actual experiences that are manifesting for us right now.
simply because this is a time of beginnings and endings. And this particular lunar eclipse is the third of four lunar eclipses in Sagittarius. And this is really continuing a story of how we've been emptying out. My favorite astrologer, Channy Nicholas, said, when the light goes out, we find new ways to light the darkness. And that's very apropos for this time. So I encourage you to allow for whatever is wanting to be released to move through you right now as you continue this emptying. And right now, we also have Mercury in Gemini. And this is calling for a lot of circulation, a lot of offering out and creating space right now so that we can release what we need to in order to allow for our next seeds to really come to life when they're ready. So this little pranayama we're going to do here called couple body is very good for allowing for this detoxification and this cleansing. So what I invite you to do is, with a straight spine, let the hands just rest with the palms upward. And we might even want to hold uh, the ring finger, touch the ring finger with the thumb. Again, just a mudra to support this cleansing. We're going to inhale through the nostrils about 3/4 of the way as we normally do. So allowing the inhale to come in from above, move down towards the belly, but only about 3/4 of the way, all the way down. And then we're going to exhale with quite a lot of strength from the base of our body. And we're going to exhale through the mouth. We're going to do this for 10 rounds. So we're going to take 10 rounds of Ujjay breath first, like we have been doing through our practice, listening to the sound of the throat of the breath at the base of the throat. Then we'll do 10 rounds of Kapalbhati, and then we'll do 10 more rounds of Ujjay breath. And then I'll just invite you to sit, and I'll leave you to reflect on your own and continue this ritual in private. So for now, please let's begin with 10 rounds of the Ujjay breath. So allowing the spine to be tall, inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils, making this soft sound at the base of the throat. Couple more rounds here of the Ujjay breath. And now we'll begin the Kapalbhati. And now 10 of Ujjay. Couple more Ujjay. And then just allowing the breath to completely relax. Maybe bringing the hands together at the heart. Again, acknowledging this seed here at your center, where all polarities come together, empower each other, meeting each other, giving to each other, receiving from each other, existing because of each other. I encourage you to take the next few days to really rest, to go slowly in everything you do, and to take time to care for this seed.